Hello everyone, Krydax here, and welcome back to pYanodon's Season 3, the Zen Garden Experience. We've had a great run so far, and it's nowhere near over, and we're 180 hours in. I'm loving it. I think this is, by and large, the biggest Factorio series I've ever done, and I don't know. It's definitely different. I don't know if we're gonna beat Pi on this run or not, but we're having a great time, and I love it. We are starting GregTech New Horizons soon. For those of you who don't know, that is basically the pyanodons of Minecraft, and it's not even Minecraft anymore. It's far more like pyanodons than it is like Minecraft. Coffee is delicious, by the way. But there are a lot of still Minecrafty things in it. Like, you know, it's not a completely different ballgame, but I don't know the easiest way to describe it, but basically there's lots of automation, there's insane amounts of tiers, you know, it's in most cases a much longer pack to beat than pyanodons. Part of that is just because of how much, what's the right way to say it? Like, Factorio being two-dimensional has a lot of benefits over a three-dimensional game. It's just so much easier to like scale up your factory in Factorio than it is in something like Minecraft. And even things like terraforming in Factorio are kind of non-existent. I mean, yeah, you might need some landfill or something, or you might need to remove some trees, but that takes like 2 seconds and your bots do it. In Minecraft, that could take, you could spend 5 to 10 hours just designing something. You know, just thinking about how you want to build the pillars of something, right? And so that's a completely different game. In that sense, but it is very similar in a lot of senses to pyanodons, where there's so many different tiers of materials and you're working on upgrading things and you get more efficient ways to make old recipes and you get faster machines to process things, and there's a quest book rather than a tech tree that kind of drives your progress forwards, and it's really cool. It's really cool. So I'm going to be starting that soon. It'll be sometime next week. And I will announce on my Discord, and there should even be an announcement on YouTube on the community post thing of like, I'll be announcing, you know, what day and what time I'm going to start the first stream. And that is going to be a streamed series. So that's another thing that has been interesting is like, you know, pyanodons I switched to pre-recording. So if you were really enjoying hanging out in the streams, well, good news, you're going to be able to hang out in the GregTech streams. And I'm also going to be editing those streams for episodic YouTube. So I'm going to be doing a lot of content creation. That's all I have to say about that. Will I be able to maintain it? Time will tell. Time will tell. There's no underscore symbol. So can I rotate that? No, you can't rotate that. I'll do it that way. So, this is the Patreon Zen Garden, and thank you very much, Preschool Girl, and, hitting the wrong hotkeys. Galek. Does it have apostrophe? It does. Oh my gosh, one more. Thank you very much to Preschool Girl and Galek for supporting the channel. Patreon is the best way to support the channel. If you are interested in, you know, just helping me out financially as a full-time content creator, that's the way to do it. If you're interested in seeing more content, well, you know, the reality is, and please hear me, this is not to guilt anyone or to try to, you know, beg in any way. There is a reality, though, as a full-time content creator, if I don't get any money from it, I will have to stop doing it, you know, and go find a different job, and then the amount of content I'll be able to make is going to be a lot less. It wouldn't be zero. I plan on doing content creation even if it's not my full-time career. I plan on continuing the channel. But right now I'm able to put a lot more time and energy into it. You know, daily Pi videos, usually a second series going at the same time. You know, we're about to do a second series plus kind of 2 versions of that series with editing. And so I can only do all that because I'm full-time right now. And it's the main thing that I do. And I can only do it as a main thing because it's bringing in a reasonable-ish amount of money right now. I talk a little bit more about that in my channel updates, but it's still not enough for me to keep doing it like long term. So I'm hoping that things continue to grow, and supporting on Patreon is one of the best ways to do that. But again, there's no begging or shame if you don't or can't or don't want to support. Those are all appropriate. So you do what you need to do with your money. But I also just want to be honest and open about, like, financially, yeah, like, supporting on Patreon is one of the best ways to keep the channel going. Obviously, just the views on YouTube are a huge deal as well. So thank you for viewing, thank you for being here, thank you for being a part of the channel, and let's get back to building the factory. Oh, and back to the GregTech thing. I don't know exactly how often the streams will be, because I'm also going to be editing the streams into videos and stuff. So that's going to be an interesting process. And I don't really know where it will all land, but I'm really excited about it. GregTech New Horizons is an awesome mod pack, and I'm really excited to dive in again. And maybe you guys can be crazy like me and play pyanodons and GregTech at the same time, because I think something's wrong with my brain. Send help. Send help fast. Do I need to do anything else here? I don't think so. I think we're just getting that beautiful artificial blood going. By the way, do we have like enough blood over here? Yeah, I think so. Because right now we're rendering AUGs because of lard. Wait, why am I so short on lard? But actually though, oh, it's probably because one train just came and picked it up. Something's wrong here. Something's very wrong. Oh, no, it's not. This is just keeping things at 3,000 at the most. That's what that's doing. Okay, never mind, we're fine. So that's just keeping things at 3,000. This is saying if something's more than 20... If something's at 20% or lower spoilage, then start removing that thing. Okay, those are different. We are not the same. But yeah, I think something must have just requested lard, because our lard count that we actually build up to is only 1,200. So we can't even request a full train of lard yet. That makes sense. We should probably add more slaughtering plants. I think that would be good. It's a little unfortunate the belts can't go across the building. I guess I can have the ones on the bottom. The belt could come up this way. Yeah. Because this just takes a while to build back up, doesn't it? At only 0.33 lard per second. That's a lot of slaughtering, but I mean, just think of all this. Oh my gosh, look at all this stuff that's just spoiling in here. And what's this doing? Outputting total item count. And then what's this doing? This is my super trasher. Wait, no. This is my provider. And then this is my trasher. Yeah, we need to do more useful things with all this. Because like bones, I could be turning into bone meal before we get rid of it. And that can be done with cold steam even. I mean, I feel like I should do that here, right? I mean, is there... Bone meal, there are alternative recipes. I don't know what I'm really talking about here. Whatever, I'm not gonna worry about that for now. For now, we're gonna design the sea sponge thing, which is a pretty simple, one fluid in, one solid out. And one trash fluid out. So where do we want to put that? Could go basically anywhere. Could go in here pretty easily. I mean, I think. How big are these? Sea sponge plants. 28 of these. 3, 4, 5, 6. I think we can fit 28 here if we go 4 by 7. But that might be a little too crowded, actually. I might kind of be done with this one. I want to leave some expansion room. So maybe over here? No, I need expansion room for our cats there. Maybe down here. I mean, this is actually a reasonable spot for it. I screwed up. I totally screwed this up. Okay, well, I'm gonna do a weird thing. Don't judge me for it. Because I don't want to redo that. We just did that. So what I'm gonna do... Oh, that is unfortunate. I just realized. We're gonna have to move that one on the left. But that's doable with, like, rotations and sliding and such. Boom. 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 Okay, so that's fixed. This is easy enough to fix like that. This is easy enough to fix like this. And then this is easy enough to fix like this. And that. So that's all good. Now, we need a fluid. So what are we doing? We need a weak side in this case. Provider extension. And we're just gonna put that right here. What just happened? Why did that turn upside down? I was holding shift and moving my mouse. That's all I was doing. I had shift held and I was moving my mouse up and down, and all of a sudden it just turned upside down. I didn't hit the V key. I promise I didn't hit the V key. Oh, maybe the mouse scrolled? Because what I want is weak side. Anyway. Let's do starting here. And I don't want multi-provide. Yeah, maybe the mouse did scroll and the other one was upside down, comparatively. And then I'm just gonna manually fix this to have an S-bend. Okay, that may have been the wrong place for it, though. May need to be a little bit higher up, like here. I just need to be able to connect to one of these without craziness. I mean, that should be fine. The ball maul actually frozen? Oh, it is actually frozen. We have no washers? This is probably due to sponge cultures. Sponge culture ruining our country. Alright, that should fix things. Do we not have washers in here? No, I have 19 washers. Something's very wrong. Huh. That was weird. I wonder why the mixer wasn't getting washers delivered. Because we definitely have them. I mean, I say that. Is that true? I mean, I've got 1 in there. I've got 7 in there. I've got 5 in there. Yeah, we definitely had washers. But were they not getting delivered to these, maybe? Which are setting filters based on the output of this, which is when we have a red and a green. And what's the green measuring? No memory. The green is measuring things we have in these chests. But also things that are being output by this. Oh, hold on. I could see an issue existing here. This is filtering the inserters here to say, hey, grab things from these chests that we have on the channel 0. No. Oh god. What is this outputting? That's outputting the contents of channel 1. The ones that are positive. So we're saying positive signals that we have on channel 1, aka everything that we have in the logistics network is green, on top of everything that's in these chests, because what's in those chests is actually on channel 0, so that's not being counted in. And then anything on red channel is what we're requesting on channel 1. And so that would be negatives that we need. No, requests are positive if we're requesting them. Wait. Read requests comes as a positive number. Yeah. And so then if we have a request and we have the item, we'll at least filter that onto these inserters. Okay. Interesting. It definitely had something to do with the sponges because it's not stuck now, but I'm not sure how that was screwing it up for the one building that did have a mixer. Because I'm pretty sure I wasn't out of washers, so I just don't know what it would have been causing a problem with. Anyway, back to designing this nonsense. Because it's kind of ugly. So we've got that guy, and then we've got a fluid provider. Can go here, and that's gonna be for no, not fluid provider, fluid requester on Zogna. 16 a second means 16,000 would only be 20 minutes. So yeah, we can do a full load of Zogna. And then we need an F-Trasher extension for the saline water. Distilled engineer tears, as they call it. And then some of these are unnecessary. But this needs to connect. Okay. I'm gonna delete this one. These S bins have so many new like capabilities. It's almost a bad thing. And we can still connect to that one. Okay. Definitely gonna need some new signals somewhere. Oh, and none of that's gonna get built because we don't have a RoboPort. All right, well, anyway, that's that situation. Why don't we head over... Okay, we ran out of ammonia, but we did make 5,000 artificial blood. Hold on, I'm not... Do we really want 75,000 artificial blood? I'm really not convinced we need that much. I'm really not convinced we need that much. Hold on. We're gonna switch things up here. I'm gonna do that. We're gonna hook up this wire. That just feels like so much. Given, yeah, the amount we're making and using is less than 1 per second. Like, we do use it in the creature chamber to make creatures though. But even then, it's like 1,000 artificial blood is enough for 10 creatures, which is probably all I'll need a couple times. So I'm thinking having like 30,000 is gonna be enough. So let's just read from there. And the reason I say 30,000, so you might just be like, well, why not just do 50,000 then, because you have 2 train loads ready? Or why not do 25,000 for 1 train load? And well, it's like, if you have 30,000, then that means when 1 train comes, it reduces the delay of the next train. Because you already have 5,000. And you might not even be requesting a full 25,000, right? And so it's like, it's kind of splitting the difference. It's completely arbitrary. And if that's what you're saying in your head, you're correct. Why not 35,000? Why not 28,000? Why not 40,000? Those are all valid. It's just what my gut said. Anyway, we're gonna go down to here and set some of this crap up. Even though we don't have it yet, it will be done in 20 minutes, and then we can start producing them in the auto mall. So we'll have sponges soon. Should make some overflow valves here. Okay, so this is a no-go. That's gone. Let's get a signal there. No idea what's going on up there, but it'll get figured out. And then we should probably leave that nickel ore somewhat uncovered in case we ever need it. 125 million. Not that this one's going to run out at 40 million, but just in case it does. All right, so we're going to have 4 of these bad boys, and they have... sea sponges out, sea sponge sprout. Wait a second, how did this work again? The sprouts decay... No. Yes. Sprouts decay into quartz in 16 minutes. But the sponges do not decay. The sponges are the modules, and the sponges are the ones that we actually need in the recipes, right? Yeah, so we don't need the decayed part. So internally, though, there will be decaying into quartz, which does mean I'm gonna need a trasher for quartz. Or the amount of quartz is going to be small enough, I just get rid of it. Because quartz is cheap. So I don't actually think this is worth my time. No, I don't think it's worth my time. So I say we just burn the quartz here. We use the wood. We've got some wood right here already. So we just use that. We burn the quartz and call it a day. All right. So anyway, we've got... the need for speed. No, we have the need for 4 of these across. At least I think that's what I want to do. But only 3 bioreactors. So direct insertion feels kind of silly. I mean, sometimes direct insertion can be nice for things like this, but 28 to 3 is a very wrong ratio for direct insertion. So why don't we vacuum up some of these trees. Really wish I could increase the vacuum radius. It's just so small. Okay, you know what I can do? It's kind of a weird design. Oops. But I can do like a this. And there you go. I don't feel like I've ever done that before, but it makes sense now that I'm doing it. And then the saline water is a pass-through? Wait, an output pass-through? Is that normal? Normally inputs are pass-through. Wait, I'm confused. Is saline water the input or the output? Oh, that's an output, but it's got the double arrow. Does that mean I can just build them all next to each other and collect saline water from one end? That seems off to me, but if it works, I'm a fan. But I can't think of one other example where that's how buildings work. Where the output is a pass-through. I've seen inputs be pass-throughs, but not outputs. But if it works, then I can just hook up all the saline water on one end. If it doesn't work, we'll have to figure something out. Okay, so what are we going to do about belts? Well, first let's copy this. I mean, I could also connect them vertically. I guess there's a lot of ways to do this. So let's do power. Oh. Item in and an what's my spoilage time on these? 16 minutes. That's plenty of time. Okay. So item in, item out means I need 2 inserters for each building. So item in, item in. Well, I need the inserters to be able to be next to belts. We've run into this problem before. Because the power pole can't power 2 on that side. So I can do something like this. But then these can't be powered. And then if I do that, how does this always happen? There's just not quite enough space for powering 4 inserters. Because we can get one there and one there. And we could get 2 here, but they're not both accessing the belt. Oh, you know what? Maybe we can use mechanicals and do it like this. And now we have access with mechanicals. Aha. Oh, but we don't have enough power now. There's only 1 power pole and it's not going to reach. Are we really going to have to use 2 squares for this? I feel like we are. I don't think there's a way to do this otherwise, because we need 4 inserters, so that's 4 squares. 2 for the belts, that's 6 squares. 2 for the power poles, that's 8 squares. And that only leaves me with 3 squares for belts. So it's literally impossible. Okay. Because we only get 11 squares. So if it was 1 square bigger, we could do it. But it's not. So then the question is, which way do I expand? Do I expand up by 1 square, and then that's going to give me 6 extra height? Or do I expand out by 2 squares, 2 extra width? I think 2 extra width makes more sense. So we just do this. Something like that. And then this becomes a lot easier. Oh, but those aren't linked properly. All right, so anyway, let's try again, this time with less disgustingness. So we have a belt. We'll just go like that. And then we can have a power pole here and a power pole here. And then we can just do something easy like input on the left, output on the right, which it should be automatically doing. This one outputs on the close side. And this one inputs here. We don't even need powered inserters for any reason. And then we can just copy that up. And then we'll go down. So it'll just be one big loop. And make sure those aren't screwed up. Okay. All right, 10 minutes remaining on the research. get the rest of this set up. So we're not powered. Need merging. We're requesting the Zogna. Zogna for sponges. This is saline from sponges. And this is sponge provide. Okay. And then, yeah, this one's not right. That there. Okay. Ah! Almost died. Oh, that would have been the first train death. I'm kind of amazed we haven't had one yet, to be honest. It's gonna happen. It's totally gonna happen. Oh, my heart is beating. Well, very fast. Of course my heart's beating. Anyway, we need just a simple, like, 2 washers with 2. I really wish there was an easy way to do the direct insertion. I guess we could do like this, because these are bigger. So maybe that's not crazy. And then flip it. And then we've got the water. We've got the sludge. And the sludge needs to connect. Well, these ones need to connect on this side. So, hold on. So Zogna needs to connect like that. And the muddy sludge needs to connect over here. So the muddy sludge can turn a corner here and connect like that. That one's one directional. And we only need 1 pump jack for all this, which can go up here, I guess. Go across. And then we gotta get power over here. Here, why don't we big power pole? Big brother power pole. All right, so there's our soil. Into muddy sludge. Okay, and then the only thing we still need is 3 bioreactors here. Now see, the problem is I have those. Those are sitting right here. Let's go pick those up. No, this is about to be researched. Whatever, I'll just leave it. Anyway, so this belt then has the wait, what are we doing? So this is growing the sprouts. So this turns, it cuts a sea sponge into 2 sprouts. It just cuts it in half. That's how I'm envisioning this. So it cuts it in half, and now you've got 2 halves of a sponge, and then those need to go grow up. So what is my brain trying to say? So basically, if we want more sponges, then we make more sprouts and just let it run. Let it ride. So these guys all go onto... No! I'll go onto that side, because these will produce the sprouts, and we'll put a condition on all of those to run. Or maybe a condition on the inputs. I don't know which. Because basically this is the output that we then want. So we kind of need a priority splitter. Output priority left. And then this is for outputting actual sea sponges. So once that's back, and that's okay to let them back up here. Now, does sprouts always show up? Control Shift F as fresh. Result is always fresh, true. Huh. Interesting. The only thing we really need also to be true is preserved products and machine output. That's so nice. That's what happens with the vanilla biter, the biter eggs in the captive biter nests. So they stay perfectly fresh until you remove them with an inserter. I find that to be the most, like, smooth gameplay, personally. So I'd prefer if that's just how it always worked, but, you know, whatever. Okay, so now for these, I should fix this, because this one doesn't go to the right, and this one doesn't go to the right. And this one doesn't go to the right. And this one doesn't go to the right. Okay, so 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I'm gonna let my bots go to town here. Y'all can do whatever you want. Inventory should be fine, but I do have a lot of logs. You know, it's funny, having more personal roboports gives them a bigger range, which in some ways is helpful, but it also slows them down because they sometimes choose tasks that are further away. Okay, it seems like they're mostly done. Those are being done by the bot network, it seems. And we are at 2 minutes left. Now, the thing I haven't done, we're all set up with sludge, we're all set up with Zogna. Belts are all set up. I guess we're not quite all set up with Zogna. We do need this guy and that. And then we need the saline output to come up. To the trasher. And then we just need some sort of sinkhole. Now, again, you might be like, Krydex, what? Sinkholing saline? That's crazy. No, no, no. That's not really what's happening here. I mean, it is, but it's not, right? Because this is a trasher station. So what that means is it will provide saline to the regular network, and then once we have enough, it will start providing saline to the side product network as well. So the only time this will actually end up voiding any saline is if none of our regular salines have any need and none of our side product salines have a need. Now, in that sense, I don't have side product saline utilizers yet, but that's just a lack of utilizing the saline rather than me actually trashing it here. Once we have side products, then it'll start getting utilized. Maybe I have a side product saline maker to make a bunch of salt out of it. That doesn't seem that worthwhile though, because I already have salt mines. So what else can saline even do? Maybe it can't actually do that much. Never mind. Maybe it's not actually, there's not that much to do with side product saline. I guess I was maybe thinking more salt or something. Even salt, what can salt do? I mean, you can make molten salt out of it, I guess. I don't know. Anyway, we're done with the research. Bada bing, bada boom. So let's hop on a train, head up to the auto mall. Well, it might take a little while here. Because we need... I'm gonna take those out because those are done. And we're gonna add... what are they called? Sponge... sponge culture. Need 28 of them. All right, there we go. And they're expensive. 100 glass. That's 2,800 glass, folks. Good thing we have a big glass factory set up. While that's going, we need to go make our first sponges. So the first sponge, we need some core alien sample, biosample, cDNA, C-sponge DNA sample, which is C-sponge codex, so 2 per. And I only need 1. I mean, I really only need like 3 or 4 because I need 1 to turn into 2 sprouts. Let me just make sure I get the recipe right. 1 to turn into 2 sprouts, and then 1 sprout. What is that? Oh, you can... Wow, that's like a lot of quartz. It's possible that someday that's worth it. 1 sprout grows into 1 sponge. It's really slow to start, so why don't we grab enough for like... I don't know. Let me grab pipes first. Sure, I have enough. Okay. Underground belts we're also kind of low on. Mechanical inserters we're running low on. Pipes? Shoot, what was I gonna grab? Oh, underground belts. Okay, so that's done, and then I need the poor alien samples from down here. I'll just grab those. We need a handcraft, a few codices. Just need glass, tin, cable, and sockets. Where are those circuits? Over here. Okay. 2, 3, 4, I guess. Need more lamps. Oh my gosh. I need to silence my phone. It is going nuts. You know, I have a group text or two that are completely silent until they're not. You know what I mean? And they just go crazy when people are actually hanging out in them. Okay, so I should have some automation science packs already. cDNA is 5 each, so I need 20 cDNA. Okay. Why is all this not powered? What's going on here? Did that matter? What is this? This is making coal for something. No, that literally, that's unnecessary. That was for latex, which we're not doing anymore. There's all sorts of stuff in the old base here. The old world that we're no longer utilizing. Uh-oh. Concrete got on my stone brick belt. How did that happen? Now that is a curiosity indeed. That really shouldn't be possible. I must have manually put concrete in there or something. Okay, well, I'm glad we caught that. We kind of only caught it by accident here. Grabbing packs for the creature chamber. And half of them go into this. No, sponges are not plants, they're creatures. Kind of feels like they're plants. No offense to the sponges, but... Oh, wait, we did the turd recipe. Ah, I forgot we did that. We get 80% of our DNA samples back. So, chances are we only needed one of those. So that actually means I can probably do only 3 here. And we can get 5 sponges out of it. I mean, I should rephrase that. Chances are I can actually do 6 and 2. It's not technically guaranteed though. And then I actually have some bio containers that I need to get rid of. And I'll just grab some bio samples here. And then why is this not running? Because I haven't automated. For some reason. I haven't automated the... I mean, why don't I just put those in there and then that will just run automatically. Okay. Now what this doesn't do is self-recycle its own DNA samples, which it needs to. So there's that. Sea sponges are now a go. It's actually really nice too, because this runs twice as fast. So now it'll go, given we have an 80% chance to get it back, it'll probably get to run 2 or 3 or 4 times before we need another one of these, at which point it'll be done. So that's great. Research-wise, we are still slowly working our way towards py2 science. Data array upgrade. Oh my god. Oh, okay. Sorry, I got scared for a second. I saw the cost of that at 5,000 groupings of science, and I about pooped my pants. But we do not need that for py2 science. Increased download speeds. You will also learn. Interesting. We'll have to look at that someday, but that day is not right now. That is not right now. I hope we're doing enough science here at 0.2 groupings a second. I hope that's enough. Because how much SPM actually is that? Because right now we're getting 6 SPM, and that's been like way too slow. This will be getting us 12 SPM, but it's at the next stage where things are more expensive, so it's still going to be pretty slow. You know, like 650. Well, 12 of that. How many minutes is that? 10 minutes times... That's like an hour. Yeah. Hopefully we didn't screw up too much and undershoot this. Some of these later researches are going to be nuts. And what about like turds? I mean, 2,000 at 12 SPM? Ugh. That's like 3 hours per research. We might... Should I increase these numbers now? I mean, now's the time to do it. I'm gonna go 50% more. I'm gonna go 0.3, 0.6, 0.9, is that right? I forgot what the ratio is. Is it 1236? Yeah, it's 1236. So then this is 1.8. Okay. I think that's fine. All of the stuff we've automated, it hasn't been too crazy. Arcads might be kind of pricey, but I don't think we've been... Is this going to require us to change anything? Like, we already had way more than enough artificial blood, so that isn't going to need to change. I haven't done casein, I haven't done Zapir eggs, I haven't done Perogen. It does mean we'll need more cotton guts. We'll need more bio samples and glass and stuff like that. More good alien samples. How many lab instruments are we gonna need here? 0.058, 0.286 rubber. That's not too bad. Okay, that's really not too bad. 0.8 Arcad honey a second. I don't know how much that is. Is that a lot? Who knows? There's still so much to do before Pi2 science. It's crazy. Flavonoids. Forgot about that. What are flavonoids again? Yadols. Oh, we need yadols too? I forgot we needed yadols. Damn. At least I think we need yadols. Or is it Grodd? No, that's only a turd replacement, so I'm pretty sure it's yadols. Yay! Doles. Yadols are just like grown-up fancy Fuoji. You just collect spores. You do need some fungal substrate and fertilizer. Okay, and nothing too crazy, but just more researches. Oh my goodness, what is this? Microfilters? Whoa! They're using the space age ability to increase productivity of stuff. That's cool. Oh, I like that. I like that a lot. Okay, so I'm pretty happy with that choice, I think. Looking at the numbers, this will give us 18 groupings a minute, which brings it closer to like still only like 100, 120 minutes, 110 minutes for like a 2000 groupings recipe. And for the other recipes, they'll be done a lot faster. Okay, yeah, I'm pretty happy with that. It's a lot of substrate here. And we also need substrate for solidified sarcoris. We're gonna need a lot of cotton guts. Do we have a second recipe for cotton guts yet? No. Well, we might. Did this unlock 2 recipes or just the one? Just the one. So we're gonna need hella cotton guts. I need like 0.7. Dear God. Dear... Oh my. Moondrops? Did we unlock anything new? Yeah. We get Moondrop Mark II here. I feel like we should design... We should probably design it around Moondrop Mark II. Because this is an absurd amount of Moondrops. And Relasia, oh my gosh. And Relasia Mark II isn't until later. So we're capped on those right now. Well, the good news is getting it all set up for this rate means that even if I can't get that many cotton guts yet, we can set it up such that it will, and then once we get stage 2 cotton guts, you know, I'd rather build it to be capable of more than it can do right now, so that once we have more inputs later, it'll work out. Wow, we're already, holy crap, we're already an hour into this episode? Well, we will at least wait until we get our first sea sponge. And the auto mall is done. Perfect. So let's go pick up our sponge culture buildings. At the auto mall. Should add a tag. I don't know what tag to use. Big assembler. Auto mall. Just so that I can spot it more easily. Alright, remove that. Grab those buildings. I don't need the bioreactors though, we've learned. So let's ditch those. I'm gonna ditch some random things I know I don't need right now. And I'd also like to find some things that I will need, like boilers and what's the thing I'm always running out of? Why can't I mean, it's not washers, it's not soil extractor, it's pump jacks. Where are my pump jacks? Let's try to find them. Needle in a haystack here. There's 3. Alright. Back we go. First sponge is gonna show up any second now. And we'll go deliver it and probably call it an episode there. Three, 2, 1, sponge. Oh, I tried. 3, 2, 1, sponge. Yeah, I was in the ballpark. Real question is, do we get it back? The DNA sample? We did. We did get it back. Yay! Now we can't do anything with that yet. We need one more before we can start the process. So, but yeah, we'll get that started in the next episode. We'll get all the sponge cultures built. I think everything's set up, and literally all we need to do is build the buildings and plug in the modules and get the first couple of these going. I think. The Zogna is here. The Muddy Sludge is here. Like that. That seems correct. So... and that's literally all we need. So we'll have one module running in the building. One module gets turned into 2 sprouts, which then immediately gets started processing. It's only a 70-second craft. So even with only one module, it'll be a 0.2 speed. So it'll only take 350 seconds. So it'll take about 5 or 6 minutes. And it'll go even faster if we have a couple extra modules. So they're pretty slow to get started though, because you use half of the mod. You know, you only get 2 back. I don't know. I guess it multiplies by 2 on every loop. That's not bad. That's really not bad. And the fact that we're starting with at least 5, 6 modules should be good. So we'll call it an episode there. As always, thank you guys for watching. Let me know what you think down in the comments, and I'll see you all in the next one.